Okay, we're going to get started here. And we are going to start with number one. This is our review practice questions for our test tomorrow over quadratic functions. Being able to graph them, being able to solve them. We're going to show you a variety of different methods. But if you have any questions at all, you can always rewind the video and we'll go over any questions you have tomorrow also. Okay, when it comes to one like this, normally we have them in this format where it's ax squared plus bx plus c, right, like that. Well, there is no b term and there's no c term, so it's kind of like plus 0x. And so that's going to be, you know right away, this is going to be centered right on top of the x, or on top of the y-axis, right, like this. So this is my axis of symmetry. Okay, then I need to just go ahead and start plotting points. So in order to plot points, remember we make our x, y, t-chart, x, y, and what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and pick a point. If this is the axis of symmetry, then I know I probably should just pick 0. Okay, if I was to show my work over here, it would be 2 multiplied by 0 squared, since I'm putting it into 2x squared, and putting 0 in right there. And then what does that equal? Well, that's going to be 0 squared is 0, and multiplied by 0 right here is going to also equal 0. So it's going to be 0, comma 0 for my first ordered pair. So the first point that I'm going to do is going to put this point right on here at 0, comma 0, right, like that. Okay, the next one, you could pick this next point over 1, or you could pick -1. You could pick 2. I'm going to pick 1 right here. And because if I can get half my parabola, then I know I can mirror it across the axis of symmetry to the other side. So put a 1 into my 2x squared. So I'm going to go 2 times 1 squared. And 1 squared is 1, so it's going to be 2 times 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So I like to put it in my little table right here. And it's going to be x comma y. So it's going to be 1 comma 2. So I go over 1 up 2, plot a point. Okay, next thing we do is we're going to pick our next point. So I'm going to pick it right here at 2, and I'm going to put 2 right there, and I'm going to show my work like right over here, and I'm going to go 2x squared. Okay, put in my 2 right where x is. So put in a 2 right there and square it, and you end up with 2 times 4, and 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, let's go ahead and go plot this, and it's going to be over 2, up 8, and then we make a point right there. Okay, I've got half my parabola that you can kind of see is starting out here. Let's see if I can draw it. This thing's hard to draw on. You want it to go through those points. I don't know. Good enough. And then you're going to mirror the other point across. So mirroring it across the axis looks like that. And over here, this is 2 away. So you're going to also go 2 away over here. And you're going to go make a parabola over here also. And hey, that was a little better. So you get the idea. All right, next question. We're going to skip number 2 here. And how about we do number 3? Okay, just because they're all really similar. So first thing I like to do is make my x, y, t chart. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in values. But, you could probably guess that this is going to be around the center of your parabola over here anyway. But instead of guessing where my center is, what I could do is go use that formula, x equals -b over 2a. It'll be on the board tomorrow, so you don't need to have it locked into memory necessarily. Okay, let's go like this, -b. So my b value is located right here. Remember, general formula looks like this, plus bx plus c. So what's the number in front of this term? Well, -2. So I have to go negative, put in a -2 right where b is. Some people don't actually include both of the negatives. That's really important. Okay, 2 times a. A right here is a 1, an imaginary 1. So that is 1. So this ends up equaling 2 on top and 2 on bottom. So that overall is 1. So that tells me that my axis of symmetry is at +1, right, like that. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and go I'm going to put in a 1 right here and find my y value. So if I put in a 1 into my equation, here's all my work shown for that one. X squared minus 2x minus 2. Put a 1 in where x is, square it, minus 2 multiplied by 1 minus 2. Okay, then we're going to simplify this out. 1 squared is 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 minus 2. Okay, so this turns into negative 4 or minus 4. So 1 minus 4 is going to equal negative 3. Okay, so my first point that I go plot is 1 comma negative 3. So 1, I'll go over 1 up or down to negative 3. And you could probably guess that your parabola is going to open upward and it's going to look something like this. So my next point that I could pick is 0. So 0 is an easy one to go pick, right? Because once you substitute it in right here, you get 0 plus 0 minus 2. So my y value that I get out is going to be negative 2. This one says f of x. Don't be worried about that. Sometimes that throws people off, but that is just y. F of x is the function of x, or the output if x is the input. Okay, so we go plot this. 0 comma negative 2 is right there. Okay, so I could mirror that one across and it would look right like this. And you could start your parabola and it would look like that. Start your parabola, it would look like that. You could pick one more point and it would help you out a little bit. How about negative 1? If we show our work down here, it would be negative 1 squared minus 2 multiplied by negative 1 minus 2. I'm using the same exact formula up there, the same equation. Square this and it turns into a positive 1. Multiply these together and you get plus 2 minus 2. So plus 2 minus 2 turns into 0. And so you get a 1 out. So this is negative 1 comma 1. So I go over here, negative 1 comma 1. So that looks like about right there. So I could continue my parabola to go through that point. Put an arrow on the end. This one would be mirrored over to this point right here because you know that it's symmetrical. And it would look just like that. Yay!